In this video, I'll show exactly how I use the 10 times tier credit multiplier in order to earn the Caesars Diamond Plus card in just one day. And I did it in one smart, planned video poker session. And I'll tell you exactly how much it cost me and how much money I'll be saving over the next year. In fact, I've already saved over $2,000 this year on the trips that I've got planned. But the real surprise is you don't have to gamble that much or risk that much in order to play it smart. I'll show you how I found the best video poker machine for what I wanted to play with the best odds and the best expected value. And I'll reveal to you the perk that's worth over $2,000. So how did it happen? Like 200 hands at $125 a hand. Now, I know that sounds like a lot, but think about it. I'm playing 100 hands at a time on a video poker machine. And that one play is 100 hands, if that makes sense. So I'll go through the example of it. You'll see what I'm talking about if you're not familiar with it. And so what that does, it takes the variation somewhat down. And I was able to pick out a machine that had a 98.01 expected value. So I'll show you how to find that as well. Actually, let's go ahead and get started. So let's take a look. The way I find video poker machines is going to this website, vpfree2.com. And there's a link down in the description, and there's a link on the bottom of the page here as well. If you just go through and browse casinos that you're planning on visiting, and I was going to Las Vegas for this event. I knew they had a week-long 10x multiplier in January of 2026. You can click on that. And then what you do is you can browse the casinos or you can search. I actually looked at a number of places trying to find the best machine. What I found, and I'll pick for my session, was at the Horseshoe. If you do inventory by game, that works well. And like I said, I was looking for a particular game. Now, they have some higher return games like this 98.45 Jacks or better machine. However, what I was looking for is to smooth out the variation so I won't have so many bumps in a row. I'll get more of what I'm expecting, if that makes sense. So what I chose was this 25 cents to $2 100 play machine in the high limit room. This gives you the information. It's basically in the high limit room. You can find it, and it's bonus poker. So that's where we know what the game is. So now if you go to videopoker.com, the link for this will be in the description to this video. There's a free account that you can go through and you can play video poker and you can play some similar games. But if you want to get the coaching and be able to pick any particular game and change the denomination, you really need a pro account. I do have a pro account. And if you go to pro training, and I think there may be a free offer for that, or I'm not sure, you can check it out, but you can definitely play for free on videopoker.com. But if you want all the bells and whistles, you'll find the pro training is necessary. So anyway, I'm going to start a new session here. And you can see I've pulled up before 100 draw play poker, which will match this particular machine that we found, because I want to make sure the odds and everything is exactly the same. And this was bonus poker, and the pay table. And if you remember on the VP Free 2 site, it was 98.01. So we want to make sure that's correct. I went in there planning to take $2,000 to go through the variation. There's 25. So anyway, then that pulls up the machine with that configuration. And here's welcome to pro training. It's showing me the information. This is exactly what the actual machine looks like right here. Now you can go through and practice, and this is good for that. And you can do the dynamic replay for that. However, if you're keeping track of the stats, and which is what I did, I was trying to get a feel for how much am I going to win or how much am I going to lose. Now we know that the expected valuation of what I should lose in our session was $497. However, as we all know, there's lots of variation, especially in these games here. So I wanted to see, is there a possibility down on the bottom at $3,000, losing $3,000, or what's going to happen? What I would like to do is turn off the dynamic replay so it only gives you random hands, so it should simulate what you're doing at the video poker machine directly. So let's see. That's a 100 hand video poker. So here it is. Everything else here, I got $2,000 in the machine. There's different settings here. And what you want to do is bet max. And that's when you're betting max, you're betting 5 quarters. This is a quarter machine per hand in order to get the maximum value. So you want to get the big bonus. Right, here's the pay table here. The big bonus, as you can see, for a royal flush, if you get that, it's 4 times the amount. So you always want to bet the 5 quarters in order to get the best payout. And this is also how you look at and evaluate when you look in a machine what the payout structure is. Now, I can't do the math here, but I do trust that VP Free 2 website. It'll tell you what those match out to. And I think actually there's a feature on videopoker.com as well that tells that. But I've always used the VP Free 2, so that's what I'm familiar with. So let's go back to the game. We're going to bet max. And then here we go. So this is a hand here. So this is pro training. It's going to tell me if what I did was right or wrong. 90% of the time, you obviously want to pick, you've got a pair or 2 pair. If you don't have any pairs at all, you would go through and pick a high card that's jacks or better. It's still a jacks or better game, meaning that you've got to have a pair of jacks or better. Anyway, I can't go through all that detail, but that information is on this website. So the key thing is when I draw that, it's going to go through and play that 100 times. But you can see I only won 160 quarters out of the 500 quarters that I bet, and I lost $85 on that one hand. Now that's the variation. The other thing to keep track of is you can see what was the best EV, but giving that hand best expected value, bet based on that hand. And the best thing I could do was this 2.518 expected value for the jack and queen. So it tells you what the other options are, and that'll help you learn what is the best bet. So anyway, let's put this in turbo mode so it'll go faster, and then we can just hit deal. And each time we're betting $125. However, you'll see the variation is quite good. So pair of eights is actually not bad, but you need to evaluate other things too. Is there a straight flush out there? Is there 4 to a royal flush or something like that? You definitely want to make sure you get that, but it'll help you keep track of that. 4 to a flush, for example, is going to be about you're going to break even with your bet. You're always going to win if you got a jacks or higher pair, and 2 pair pays really well. So here we lost just a little bit of money. We lost 20 quarters because we bet 500 and then we won 480. So each time we're betting, by the way, we're getting 12.5 points, and you should see that on your machine. So we want to go through and do this 100 times in order to get halfway to our 2,500 points. I planned it in 2 sessions. So when I was practicing, I did it 100 hands at a time, but you actually need 200 in order to get to 25,000 points, but you'll be guaranteed to get that at that point. Big question is, did I win or did I lose when I did this? So I actually came out ahead $400, but I could have easily lost $500 or more, or in some cases, I won over $4,000. So that was just in my practice, of course. So just going through this again, we got 3 to a Broadway draw. And I believe the correct play here is the 2 connected, but it'll tell me what it is. So yeah, that's correct. So 2 to the Broadway draw that are connected and open-ended is the better play than other options. Ace, king, queen is not bad. It's not too far behind it, and you wouldn't be losing too much expected value by selecting that, but it's still not the optimal play. And you want to do as many optimal plays as possible. So let's go and play just a couple more here. I actually enjoy doing it. But you definitely want to be automatic and very confident when you get out there and when you're playing. And this certainly does help. So here we got 3. I think this is the correct play here. It's 3 to a straight flush. So let's see what it says. Yep, that's right. 2.99 expected valuation. And now, did I hit anything good? I hit 5 straights, 1 straight flush that paid $250. 2 pairs, got that 6 times, 2 flushes, and 2 3 of a kinds. Now, as you can see, it only won 570 quarters. So it was a winner because I bet 500. So anyway, not a big winner, as you can see. Now 4 to a straight flush or open-ended straight flush would be even better, obviously. So here, there's no pairs, and we just have the high card 8. So far, I've got 6 deals, 6 correct. Let's see if we got anything interesting here. So here, we want 2 to the royal flush. That's what we'd select. And yes, that was the best option at 2.77. It lost 250 quarters, which is not ideal, obviously. So let's see if we can get some good winners here for you. And we got 4 to a flush, so that should break even, I would guess. My recollection, very close. I lost 30 quarters, so not ideal. Here we got, this is a gut shot straight, but I don't think we take gut shot straights. So I think we just do the queen jack, but we'll see. So this is an incorrect hold, so that's nice. The best hold was 9-10, so I made a mistake. And of course, when you're playing the real game, you don't want to do that. And this says the potential cost error in this 1.5 EV is $39. So something to definitely take in effect. So anyway, now I can go and adjust it. Now on the real machine, it obviously won't tell you that's incorrect hold, and then you shouldn't do that. So let's go ahead and do that. We have a open-ended straight draw, and I got 20 straights out of that. 11 jacks or better, and I lost 45 quarters, which is not ideal. So now we got a guaranteed winner. Now we do have a flush here, our 4 to a flush, but I can tell you, I know that the pair of jacks is going to win every hand, and then it's going to have other hands where it improves. So we got 10 3 of the kinds, 77 jacks or better, and that did pay something. But let's see if we can get one good winning here before we finish the video up here. This is not looking so good so far, but we can see if we play pretty quickly. 355, another loser. What we need is a natural winner. We like pairs and fine. Not a break even though. Pair of eights. And we get a natural 3 of a kind or natural something like that, then that makes a big difference. So right now I'm already down $600, which is scary. And I've only earned, and this is 14 deals times. So that's only 14 deals. I have a long ways to go in the session. And it looks like that's just a single hold, but it's not going to be profitable at all. And we got jack queen. Yeah, we got to have some straights and some other things in order to make this a good session. Just the ace, as Kara told, it would pop up a window if that was the incorrect hold. So still just a pair there. And that was a loser. 500 bet, 390 quarters while won back. As you can see, though, you never lose the full $125 per hand. So same thing here. Oh, here we go. We got 2 of a kind, or a pair. And that's just wanted to make sure there's no other hands out there. So that was a winner, but just marginally. We're still down $600 something. So let's see. This one, still a little 35 quarters lost. Here we go. So we got 3 of a kind. And so this is going to get paid at 3 of a kind for 100 times. And then we're going to get some full houses. We also got a 1 4 of a kind that paid 1,800 quarters, which is about $375, a little over that. So anyway, not too bad. I wish we could get another one out here. Oh, so here we go. This is a good example here. So I got, there's 3 to a straight flush is better than holding just the ace. So let's do that. And it's still going to be a loser, but that's just the way that is. So that's this is the pair. Hold the pair. And we got jacks or better again. We got pair of aces. And we'll draw them. So let's end it here. You can see what's going on. We're going back and forth. We're down right now $460 approximately. And we've only got 26 hands in. So we need a full 100 hands in order to get to half the session. So anyway, you get the idea. The whole plan was 200 hands at $125 a hand. That's enough to get the 25,000 points, which is 10 times the 2,500 points in order to get to the 30,000 points that you need for Caesar's Diamond Plus in a day. So that's the base. The daily bonus is 5,000. A 10x multiplier equaled 22,500, which is the additional points. And then the total was 30,000 tier credit points, and then just that one session. So the benefits that we're looking for, what we're trying to get, is no resort fees at any of the Caesars properties. So even when you have a comp to stay, no resort fees, and you get $100 celebration dinner a year, and you'll get that for the year that you earn it and the following year. You get free valet parking and free self-parking. There's priority lines for buffets, and there's also lounge access where there have lounges. A lot of lounges in Las Vegas are all been eliminated, but in places where they have eliminated lounges, they do have alcoholic beverages that are available at certain Caesars owned bars and restaurants. You just need to ask the Caesars Rewards desk where that's valid. And sometimes Starbucks is also included. So like in Tahoe, I was able to get $11 Starbucks each day. You also get benefits at Atlantis Resort in Bahamas on Paradise Island. So depending on the season, you have to look at the chart. It can be 4 or 5 days that's available. And I know I've got a 5-day stay that's free. Actually, I got a 6-night stay that's only going to cost $100 for all 6 nights, because the extra nights are added on at $100. And the anticipated gambling time is 4 hours in the Atlantis casino in order to make sure that's taken care of. So you do have to commit to playing for 4 hours in Atlantis casino when you do stay. But for 6 nights, that shouldn't be a problem at all. And it's just 4 hours for the whole stay, not per day or anything. And you also, in addition to all these other benefits, you will get better comp offers and upgrades. I know I've gone on 2 casino trips this year that included the flights. There were Caesars chartered flights that went to both Atlantic City and to New Orleans. And also the transfers and the hotel stay was all taken care of. You can get those without having been Caesars Diamond, but I think you get more of those offers if that's the case. So it's definitely something to look forward to. And then while you're there, there's no resort fees. So it definitely adds up. And so I'm looking forward to having Caesars Diamond Plus status for both 2026 and for 2027. And we've got a trip planned from the Bahamas coming up. So that should be a lot of fun as well. So anyway, if you got any questions about this, leave a comment below. I know some people have used roulette on the machines in order to do something similar. However, I think when they do that, they actually are betting all the single bets or except for the green bets or whatever. And it's basically a losing proposition. The expected value for roulette anyway is only about 95%, which is much less. This is 98% for video poker. And those percentage points definitely do add up. So anyway, if you got any questions, please leave them below. If you like this content, please hit the like button. I certainly would appreciate it. It helps my channel a ton. It helps me help produce these videos for you. Please subscribe to the newsletter as well. It's on our website. The links are in the description and in the pinned comments. So until next time, thank you.